Good morning, West Ham fans. Happy Friday. We have done another week. And we've got the Hammers tomorrow, haven't we? Playing Man United in New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium as part of the Premier League Summer Series. We'll be doing a watch-along very early in the morning on Sunday. Get an early night in Friday night tonight, so make sure, otherwise I'll be knackered. Yesterday, we spoke about Callum Wilson. We spoke about Roberto Piccoli. We spoke about lots of others. James McAtee, Harvey Elliott, a whole raft of players. I'm going to talk about some more today. What a surprise. What a surprise. Let's talk about Douglas Luiz. Now, what was quite interesting was a report or an article, tweet by Fabrizio Romano. In that he tweeted that Douglas Luiz did not report for Juventus training yesterday. He broke the news that Luiz had gone AWOL. Juventus yesterday was pre-season trainings coming back, and Douglas was nowhere to be seen. Apparently, Juventus rejected a loan offer from West Ham for the 27-year-old Brazilian international, insisting a straight transfer or loan with obligation to buy. So clearly, West Ham went in with just a dry loan rather than any sort of part of moistness to the loan. And while support suggesting that Everton are further along the line in their pursuit, they haven't made an official bid for the Brazilian international either. The more cynical may speculate that he's trying to force an exit from Turin. We know that he is. He has a desire to come back to the Premier League, particularly in a World Cup year. He has been, Carlo Ancelotti has said, he needs game time to have any chance of getting in the squad for the 26 World Cup in the US of A. So he's not getting out of Juventus, and so he wants to move on. It's believed that Juventus were looking for about 30 million quid, I think it is, for the 27-year-old. And obviously, our offer's been the only offer on the table at the moment, which has been a dry loan. So we'll see what happens, whether that sort of twists the arm of the old lady in letting him move on. They've been linked with Tottenham's Basuma as a replacement for Douglas Luiz. But I wouldn't think at the moment many Tottenham players want to leave with Thomas Frank in charge now, unless it's clear that he's not in their plans. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I don't know how I feel about that. It's common practice abroad, really, for players not to turn up for training to try and force through moves. I don't like it. Although saying that, one of our probably greatest imports in the last 10 years, Dimitri Payet, that's what he did. And he did it on us to leave as well. So maybe it's just a foreign thing. Just a foreign thing in terms of foreign-based players. I don't know. But we'll keep an eye on that. In complete contrast, a name that was on everyone's lips at the beginning of the transfer window, the Club Brugge midfielder Rafael Onyedika. Now, we were linked. I mean, I remember there was reports that we'd agree personal terms for the 24-year-old midfielder, who I still really want at West Ham, currently playing for Club Brugge. He basically, where most player agents, we've got the usual, they're very happy and and where they are. It's a complete opposite to how Douglas Luiz is trying to potentially force through a move. A friend of Rafael was quoted saying, right now his full focus is on Club Brugge. He's not pushing for a move. He's happy, fully professional, and always working to improve. But, and there's always a but, if the right opportunity comes, it will be considered but only under the right circumstances. Again, for me, this is a complete contrast to someone like a Douglas Luiz. I've always championed Onyedika coming in because I just think he's that type of signing that, if we're led to believe, probably cost about 25 million quid. He's 24. He's got his best years ahead of him. Whereas Douglas Luiz, yes, he can, I think Rafael just has a bit more in the tank, personally, and seems more of a Potter McCauley type signing than Douglas Luiz. I just get that vibe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. One player I think is going to be hanging about, 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙉𝙂. We were led to believe, I think it was X on his Patreon a couple of weeks ago, said that there's been no serious bids or serious in terms of West Ham's estimation in for him and for Edson Alvarez. And the likelihood is both of them will stay at West Ham unless a significant bid comes in. We believe a £20 million not minimum release clause, but if a club went in for 20 million for 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙉, then the likelihood is he would. That's what's been accepted. That would be accepted. Roma put in. Well, they tried to get 16 million and we'll start with a loan, and they went to 16 million. But what's been quite interesting is he's been given a new number. He's been given a number 5 shirt, which was vacated by 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙉𝙂 𝙍𝙬. Now, for someone who's on the way out, for someone who's going to be, leaving, why give him a new number? And also, why give him such a, first 11 number? Same with Max as well. Max has gone from, he's got Cresswell's old number, and by all accounts, he phoned Aaron Cresswell up to ask if it was okay to have his number, despite the fact Aaron was no longer at West Ham. It to me shows, I think Ollie Scars and I think Freddie Potts have changed numbers as well for the fresh campaign. Obviously, he played a key role, before, a lot of mistakes as well. He went to Real Sociedad and had a really good season with them. 36 appearances in La Liga, one of the top defenders in La Liga. And the narrative was said that he wanted to leave and he didn't want to come to training, but he did come to training. And now he's been given the number 5 shirt. He's seen the light, but maybe he's thought, maybe I'm not getting the view. I'm not getting the bids that I thought I was going to get. We thought Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad. There was clubs in Italy interested in him, clubs in Germany interested in him, clubs in France who were interested in him, but none of them put a significant bid in. With Roma, only the ones with putting any money on the table for him at all. West Ham won't accept a loan move. It'll be a straight sell. That's all they're interested in. Maybe loan with obligation to sell if it's like, he walks on the pitch and then let me buy it next year, because that could go towards the money now, because then that's going to come in before the end of the season or before the financial year finishes. So I for one think he fits in. He saves us buying another centre half as well, because I think under Potter, I think he'd play a pivotal role on that left-hand side of the back three, particularly alongside Diouf as well. They both speak French as well, which is useful. And then on the right, and then then you've got Diouf, and then you've got Aguerd, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka. Fuck me, that's a decent 5. And then come the AFCONs. Actually, he'll be at the AFCONs as well. So you probably do need a centre half anyway, because he'll be the AFCONs as well, isn't he? I think is Morocco qualified? I'm pretty sure they would have qualified. They're a good side. Let me just check. Morocco AFCONs, because I was AFCONs. Yes, they have qualified in the same group as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Congo. There we go. So we still need a centre half, maybe, but I think he'll be like a new signing. He seems. He won the swimming race, and I only watched the pre-season videos of doing. He won the swimming race. He had a decent running, decent half against Grasshoppers, I thought. And yeah, maybe when we see in the summer series, maybe we'll start seeing that back three with Diouf, with Wan-Bissaka, and as that sort of back 5 starting to get some reps, because that's what I want to see coming out of this summer series is a clear plan of what we're doing. Maybe not exactly the 11, but let's see those, partnerships, see those groups form, some working relationships. It's particularly between left back, left wing back, and someone like Aguerd as well. The right hand side's all covered because Todibo and Wan-Bissaka played with each other most of last season. Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, my friends, let me know what you think about that. Would you? I mean, the chances are, I know we've wanted to sell a lot of these players, but clearly there's not a lot of interest for these players. Not as much interest we thought there was going to be. And I think actually, for me, Aguerd's a bit of a not being sold. It's a bit of a blessing in disguise this season, to be honest. It allows someone like Ķēlen to go out on loan as well. Ķēlen, I don't want to rest our hopes on him as being our third or fourth choice centre half. He needs to go out and get some minutes. And then, as we've said before, below him, in terms of what's coming through the academy, there's 4 or 5 really good centre halves coming through there of varying ages. You've got Michael Forbes, you've got Ezra Mayes, you've got Erdős Golombekis. Those 3 are very, very good players. Very good players. Anyway, take care, everyone. If you like what we do, sorry, I thought I was forget. If you like what we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, all that type of thing. Keep an eye on the channel. Next week, we'll be talking about our new brand partnership, which is quite fun. And also, we'll have a new raffle prize, which we'll announce. Maybe I'll show you later on today. And that will probably start over the weekend. It's a really good shirt. Anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Keep the faith, my lovely friends. And don't forget to like. But also don't forget to like, comment, share with all the other West Ham YouTube as well, because it helps us all. Much love. Bye-bye.